You know
No
what I'm saying?
TLC,
You know that we got
nigga.
bars for days out this motherfucker, dog. That's
You
what
know.
we do. That's why we doing this, is because of the bars. You know?
Yo, it's funny, man. I was talking to Keys the other day, and I don't know, maybe we'll bleep that out, whatever. But he was saying something like, he's as frustrating as it is. I'm thankful to God that you have struggles, bro, because that means that you are watched. Essentially, you're being watched. You're being tested. You are fortified enough to be tested right now.
You're
We're
you're
testing your deep.
yo. Sorry to cut you off. You're favored by God when you struggle, bro. That's what that
This is
means.
what I'm saying.
You are actually
Yep.
favored by God, bro. That's
Yep.
that's the realest shit, and that's also the hard pill to swallow too, at the same time. But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I'd almost rather it that way, because imagine just going,
100%, bro.
imagine going through life and it's just you're just there. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'll give me them tests, give me them struggles, and I will try my best to learn from them and to do what I need to do
This
to
is
elevate.
this is
Because
my this is my nigga right here, bro.
no
Because
doubt,
honestly, if you ain't living like that, bro, it's crazy. So it's funny enough, man. It's funny enough that you're saying this. 'Cause I used to have this brethren and all of that, and this is a concept I was really working on back in the day, and it really relates to the main topic of today, which is like when people are you see them constantly going through shit, and you're on the sidelines looking like, what the fuck, and they're getting lifelines, right fist over left fist, you know, every time, and you're watching them fuck up, and yet still somebody's throwing a lifeline to them. Why do these people get a lifeline, and does it help them? You know what I mean? So
right,
to that question, I came up with this concept. I had to have been God given because I couldn't understand it, right?
right.
So everybody kind of receives your test in three ways: the sheep, the wolf, and the shepherd, right? So what does a sheep do? Sheep is a pack animal. It really following whoever is there. Wherever the pack's going, the sheep's going, right? So when you see somebody that has a sheep test, guess what's happening to them? I got to stop drinking. That's the thing that's in their life. That's the hardest thing for them to do. They might be a functional motherfucker, but the only thing that they got to do in life is to stop juicing. In this example of my brethren, he had everything. He had everything, bro. Constantly getting helped out, living at the crib, all of that, getting the gal them, and he wasn't even willing to do any of the thing. He wasn't doing any of the man. She wasn't his test in life was, just go to work every fucking day. Meanwhile,
Mm.
you're waking up 5:30 in the fucking morning every day like clockwork. And you looking at this nigga like, oh, I have to get up at 5:30 today. Like, nigga, And that's what people see when that's what someone on the outside of that test sees. It's a sheep test. It's very simple. It's very, what's everybody else doing? Oh, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to struggle. And, like, it's
Yeah,
very basic. It's very minimal.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
but on the other side of that, it's the wolf. The wolf usually is going to attack the prey. So, but the intervention there is the shepherd. I'll explain that in a second. The wolf test looks exactly the opposite of the brother right there. Whereas he is getting all the gal, he has a place to stay,
Mm-hmm.
he has a whip, he has all the trees, all the everything that you want.
Mm-hmm.
You get nothing. And you are outputting more than he's
Mm-hmm.
doing. In fact, if you go around these people,
Mm-hmm.
their peers, their parents, their whoever is going to be like, yo, that guy's a good guy. You should be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah,
realizing, not realizing that you're going through it. That's when you see niggas talking about depression. That's when the real thoughts of suicide try to come into your head because you're like, yo, I am doing every fucking thing that I can possibly think that I could be doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing this shit straight up, and your tests in that situation, in that test, it's more of a let go, because these things have to pass, bro.
Yeah.
You know, people, you usually develop a lot of bitterness, a lot of resentment for other people, because
Yeah.
that's the real true
Right.
test. You got to let go of that. That's not your test, baby. Yo, he's doing that. This is what you're doing. And
Right.
and promise you this: if you get through the wolf test,
Yeah.
you will get to the shepherd test. Now, the shepherd test is a different ball game,
Right.
and it's just as its title. The shepherd protects the sheep in this analogy from the wolf.
Right.
So what that means is you have to be aware of the predator while guarding the prey. And what that looks like
Damn,
in an
man, that's crazy.
actual everyday kind of scenario
Yeah.
is your decisions mean that both of them get affected. So
Wow.
when you start getting haters and shit like that,
Wow.
that means you're on your shepherd test, because niggas is you're moving shit. I'll give you an
Wow.
example. I used to go to work, and I was the nigga that used to, when I got my jersey at work, nigga, I was wearing that shit proud, nigga. I'm going to grocery stores with that shit. I'm waking up. You know what I'm saying? That was my uniform. I wore it with pride, bro. Nobody was rocking their fucking jerseys like that.
Right.
Nobody. When they seen the pride I had, now everybody wants to start rocking their jerseys. Give you another example. Niggas like to move a certain way. I would be taking off a day here, a day there.
Yeah.
Once they seen a nigga started doing it, they're like, oh, he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's allowed to do that. Not
Hmm.
understanding what my program is.
Yeah.
They want
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
what you're doing.
They just want to do what you're doing. Well, if he's doing it, then I'm doing it, and that's it. Yeah.
You move the culture, baby, when you're on the shepherd test. But you got to be very careful, because your decisions, if you pervert it,
Yeah, man.
going to land you up back to the wolf test. And I promise you, bro, once you get to the wolf test, you can't go back to the sheep, bro. You
No.
can't.
No, it's
It's it's
impossible.
it's very hard to. You know what I mean?
No.
Because you're always kind of resting on that wolf. You're
Yep.
like you're so you'll see a lot of
Yeah.
tests where you're bouncing back and forth, where you're without,
Right.
and
Yes.
where people are hating on you for passing that wolf test. Oh,
Yes.
he was down last 2 months.
Yes.
That motherfucker was down for the winter.
Yeah.
Oh, now
Yeah.
he's up in the summer. Okay, now niggas is hating,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're on the shepherd shit, right?
Yeah.
So the sheep, the wolf, and the shepherd, and that's what I say to people who aren't really struggling. It's like, where are you in that? So
Right.
before you say your piece, the other part to that is, once I kind of started to think about it, I think that those three things happen in a lot of different ways, and it's sometimes you can have all three in one day, you know,
Yes. Yes.
because
Yes.
I used to think you couldn't go back to the sheep, but you do. Because when you're beefing with a nigga for no reason, like I used to have these fucking Michael Jordan scenarios where I was hating niggas. Oh, you didn't help me up? I bet. Fuck you, your family.
Right. Right.
Cartel came through, wiped you out, and it's totally throwing you off your game. Right? That's not you. Now you're with this face and work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Niggas is
Yeah.
coming to you. Yeah. So you gotta shake that off, bro. And you could get locked into that.
Big,
I
big time.
think the
You
sheep
can't.
test is probably the most deadly one, because if
What
you
it
get
is.
wrapped up in the sheep,
You get wrapped up in the sheep. It's easy to be the sheep because you know what I'm saying. Like you said, they're the pack animal. I mean, wolves are pack animals too. But when you see sheep, they're in like big ass herds. That's like
herd animals,
herd animals. So it's easy to get wrapped up and caught in the herd for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just seamlessly kind of just blend in once you're in there. So yeah, nah, but that whole analogy is super profound, man. And you know what I'm saying? I hope the listeners is taking notes. Y'all better be taking some notes of this, bro. Cause that right there was yeah, that's that shit right there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Like
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
like yeah, nah, man.
The caveat to that, the wolf one, it's generally alone,
Yes.
and usually you like, even if you and your brethren are all on the wolf test, it's gonna
Right.
look super different in what it looks like for all you guys.
For
The
sure.
only way you guys are a pack animal in that scenario is that y'all going through with that shit. But y'all individually have your own shit to be working with.
Right.
One man might be good with bread, the next man might be broke all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just your struggle. That's it. You can't do it. I'm fucking working 5 jobs. It's not working.
Not working.
And you know, and you're not taking the bread. You're not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So
Mm-hmm. Nah, man,
it's,
that's real
you know,
shit, man. Yeah, I mean, look, man, yeah, you summed it up pretty well. I can't even follow up with that. That right there, you said it, man. I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go through these tests, um, and they're called tests for a reason. You know what I'm saying? There is something to gain at the end of it. There's a certification. There's something that says, yeah, you went through this and you passed or you failed. You know,
there's a
and you don't
stamp.
move on to the next one until you pass it. And doesn't mean that you pass. It's not like school when you pass it and then you don't got to go back. No, 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 no. Sometimes you got to go back and get a refresher. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
because how do I know that you're on the shepherd test right now, but how do I know that you're really with it? On some shepherd shit. If you can't go back to the sheep test and pass that shit
And
with
run
flying
through that.
colors and run through that. If you're a real shepherd, you should be able to go run through that. Now the wolf, that's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because you come out of the wolf test a little bit traumatized
More refined.
sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he's more refined. Yeah. So sometimes you might want to go back. There's something not that you want to, but there's sometimes is that need to kind of regain hunger a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, being a
Right.
shepherd is no cakewalk. Like that's probably like
Yes.
that's the level that's probably the hardest to stay up at. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times
Yeah.
you don't want to be worried about nobody else at all, and you want to get back into that lone wolf state of like, yo, listen, bro, I just need to grind it out by myself. I don't need to worry about nobody else. So nah, but definitely a very very prolific analogy right there, man, and that's something that I think if you keep that in mind, that's something that you know what I'm saying? That can get you through some shit for real. Nah, that's what's up.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
You know what I'm
Because we
saying?
was talking about that other thing, and it's just like it just kind of drew that parallel to Homeboy
Right.
over there, and it's just like, yo, dog, like I can't with certain people, bro, and
No
it's just
doubt.
like you get to start stepping away, and then now
Right.
you looking different. Why am I looking different? You know what I'm
Am I
saying?
looking
That works for you, fam.
right?
That don't work for me, bro. Like,
That don't work for me. That don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know. But
like
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
sometimes
Go
I,
ahead.
I would question, sorry, but sometimes, I would question a lot of my, actions and, stuff like that when it comes to, people who are on a path that like, and I've seen it and I've been there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I was right there with you. You understand what I'm saying? But now I'm over here doing this. You know what I'm saying? Does it make me better than you? No. But at the same time, like, what are we talking about when we talk now? You know what I'm saying? Like, and not that and even if you, and I'm not even saying that niggas is hating or nothing. It's not even about that. But it's just like, you ain't going in a certain direction. So there's certain conversations that now we can't even. What are we even talking about now? What are we
I
even
promise
talking
you,
about?
is the furthest thing from hate, and
Right,
it, to that, it's like I call it I call it the bubblegum conversations, fam. What are we gonna talk about? You're right. What are we gonna talk about? Memes, bubblegum flavors you fucking like,
right.
what's on CP24. Can't talk about no real shit
No,
because you can't even have no real conversations with yourself, my guy.
you can't.
So we ain't talking. There's
No,
certain things, there's certain things that like me as a man, I feel that, my brothers around me, we sharpen iron super pause, fam. Because it's large iron. You know what I'm saying?
No
But
doubt.
it's like niggas mind themselves, you know? They're driven on multiple things, consistent, you know, there's just certain things that these guys are doing that when I'm looking at when I'm feeling down, when I get on my wolf shit, I'm looking at the next nigga and I'm like, you know,
Yeah,
that's the standard. Okay, yeah, like you know what I mean? Because that's what it is. So I
exactly.
don't know, gang. Like
No,
these
man. It's yeah. So it's like yeah, nah, fam. And I even seen a clip. You know, I don't agree with everything that niggas say, but you know, I seen a clip of Kevin Gates and he was just talking about how like, yo, certain conversations, bro. You see the phone ring and it's like when you see the phone ring and you're like, here we go. Like, what's it gonna be this time? What do I gotta listen to? How do I gotta respond? Like, you just get to a point where it's just like, I don't even want to answer the phone now. And then now you're getting into this thing of now niggas is gonna play the victim off of you not answering the phone. Well, this nigga see how I am. I'm a real nigga. I call my niggas. Niggas don't call back. Nigga, I don't call back because I'm not getting a productive or building conversation out of you. And you have every right to go through that right now. You have every right to go through that. But I am not on that right now. And at the end of the day, bro, if you're draining me, because this is what he was talking about in the clip, right? He was just like, people who be draining, and it's just like, if you're draining me, then I'm out. I can't do it. I am not a therapist, and I'm not here for moral support for you. Not now, like not well. Like if you're, I'm not saying that I won't support my niggas if they got something going on, but if you are in a state of you don't got something going on. Your life right now is something just going on, like constantly. Yeah, I'm not seeing the. It's like a nigga's in the gym and he's got the weight just here. I'm not, it's just this the whole time. I'm like, nigga, go like this, like if you're just
do
like
something.
this, what am I supposed to do? And then so if I come and I spot you now, so I lift it up. All right, bet. All right, I think we need to take a rest or take the weight off. You know what I'm saying? Change the weight. Nah, nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga. Like I can't. I'm not fighting with you to help you. Like I'm not gonna fight to help you. Like it's not like I'm gonna give you some words. If you don't want to hear the words, then what am I gonna do? Keep regurgitating the same constantly? No, I'm not doing on. I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah, man, you was fine taking yourself out, man, by holding this bar here. Like, I'm cool, man. We already
I'm
discussed the
cool, bro.
solution,
I'm
and it's like if
cool.
we discuss the solution and you're willing to look past that, bro, you're not my gal. Eh? I will only take that from my gal. You're a grown man. Like,
You know what I'm saying? And it's just to
sorry,
lock
fam.
in that analogy, not to cut you off, sorry, brother, but just to lock in that analogy, nigga, if I spend all my time in the gym spotting you while you try to lift this fucking weight that you can't lift and you're not trying to figure out how to do it or get it out, like then I'm not gonna work out now. So like
Yeah.
you can't expect man to if you know that the last few conversations that we've had haven't been great, right? Don't be surprised if I do not answer the phone the next time you call. As simple as that. So, and if you are, or if you want to still play victim, oh yeah, you niggas just like, but nigga, like I'm not like you don't know what the fuck my mindset is when you listen to me, bro. When niggas is good or in a or whatever it is, when niggas not even when niggas is good,
Right.
when niggas is in the mood to call you or or for whatever reason doesn't even matter, right?
Hmm.
And you don't and you don't for whatever reason. Now it's a thing. Oh, niggas don't answer. No, niggas don't. But what did you call when you didn't feel like it? Did you answer the phone to me when you didn't feel like it? No, and I don't expect you to, bro. If you nigga, I am a
Yeah, I always
notorious
forget that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a notorious person of I ain't answering the phone if I'm not trying to, especially with certain like especially with niggas that you know is gonna be a lit conversation or is gonna be a, you know what I'm saying, a conversation, or is somebody you known for a while, and it could be a blessed conversation too, not even just about that, but like, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes it's not even
All right.
about, oh, I don't want to, it's sometimes it's about, nah, I gotta call him back because I know that I'm gonna have to set some time to really chop it up with my dude, like, you know what I'm saying. So
Those are the best ones, fam.
hundred
Honestly, that's
percent, 100%.
those are the combos. It's like, yo, listen, man, yo, give me 10 minutes, bro. I'm finna link you back, and that
Exactly,
ten
that
minutes might
too. You
just
know what I'm
be
saying?
getting to like
That
shaking
too,
who you need
man.
to
You know what I'm
shake to
saying? Yeah,
capture
either you
that, man.
answer and say one of those, or you just don't answer, or you're busy, or whatever it is. But anyway, you see, even what I just did right there is, this is the type of shit that I don't really like to be. I don't need to like outline and a whole narrative of why I'm not answering the phone or whatever the case may be. Like, I
Right.
don't really need to explain none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, especially if you know damn well that the last few conversations ain't really go that well, and we ain't vibing like that. Hey, man, I might put you on the back burner, and I'm sorry. That's just how it's gotta go. I'm sorry, bro. We're not on the same shit right now at all, bro. At all, like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's
Like,
crazy, bro. So
we on some physics shit. These niggas is learning the ABCs, brother. I don't know. Like, what are we
exactly.
gonna? What? I'm using letters in my math, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
Like,
using letters in the math. I'm on calculus. Niggas is on motherfucking ABCs, as you said. So it's like, and it's not, like I said, it's no shade. Everybody's got a right to go back and, do they sheep tests, as you said, do they wolf tests, all of that. You have every right, and nobody can tell you how long you need to be into something, but it does not mean, bro, that me and you are gonna vibe. And it's very likely that me and you are not gonna vibe, and I'm not gonna force it, and I'm not gonna say, nah, this is my nig, this is this and that, bro. Like, yo, man, I have a question for you.
yeah,
I have a question for you, bro.
G.
You know how they say, you know how on Drink Champs, you know what I'm saying? They do they'll do, Biggie or Tupac, and they'll do, DMX or Tupac, or they'll do whoever, whatever. And then he'll say loyalty or respect, right? So for you, what is it for you? Loyalty or respect?
It's got to be respect, brother.
Right.
Now, respect doesn't always pay.
Right.
Loyalty pays. Loyalty pays. But
Loyalty
it
pays, but
usually
loyalty, I think, and sorry, I'm so sorry for cutting you off. That's wrong. But no, but go ahead, man. I want you to finish your thought. Sorry.
no. I was just gonna say, look, you can monetize loyalty. Where respect, you really gotta earn that shit.
Right.
And if you that currency is gold to sand, bro.
Right.
Like ratios, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it.
No fucking
I'd
doubt.
rather be a respected general or a respected king or a respected person
Yes.
than somebody who's considered loyal.
Yes. Yes. 100.
Even though I have loyalty fucking tattooed on me, I
Right.
didn't realize. But that's because I was loyal to a thing at a time,
Right.
right? And
Exactly.
that's my whole point.
100%. Right.
Me having respect for something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
my bad. That's
No,
that's
that's
my
okay.
answer.
It's something that I still. It's a question that I still grapple with a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's many different ways to look at those two words, but I would definitely go with respect as well. I
Hmm.
feel like, see, loyalty is, it can be very complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you said, you're loyal to a thing, and you're loyal to what means, like, to what end, right? Like, what is the thing that, like, changes your thing of, because loyalty can be very toxic. You get to a point where you're loyal to something so much, and it's like things change, the dynamic changes, and you won't change with the dynamic because your loyalty prevents you from doing that.
Right. Yeah, but this is how
And
we used to do it.
this is how
This
we
is how we
always do
used
it.
to.
This is what we know. We can't change up. We can't switch up. It's like, yeah, but that if that's the way that things are going, then and if it makes sense for everybody, and if it's and you know what I mean. And a lot of the times, you might be outnumbered. You might get outvoted. Like and you have to accept that. And I think that that's where respect comes in, right? If you have enough respect for somebody,
Pardon me.
you understand that. Listen, maybe we got to keep moving. Maybe we got to keep it moving and be apart. But that's okay because I got enough respect for you to understand that. And that's what and see, like I could even talk. I could even use the uh the Drake situation and with Kendrick and shit, and with LeBron and shit, and when apparently he almost took this shot. I don't know if we talked about it. We might have shit super positive. I was about
Glossed
to say
over
might have, yeah. Anyway, we went. I think we went
it.
over this briefly. I'll say that I think we went over this briefly at one point, but like it's like if if you talking about, oh, niggas ain't loyal because he went to the show, um and this is supposed to be my dog. Yeah, I know that's his dog too, but me and you go back further. You know what I'm saying?
Come
It's
on,
like
gang.
come on, like where's the respect for me? Like you want my loyalty, but you don't even respect me enough to let me go and stay out of it. Let me stay out of it by going and supporting a guy who's also my friend. Yeah, we and you go back further, but this guy is also my friend. You don't have enough respect for me to say, yo, listen, bro, I'm not gonna tell you not to go to his show because now you're taking sides, and by taking sides, you're making a statement against somebody else on my behalf,
Right.
and I don't want you to do that. That to me is what respect looks like. So, but so when people expect loyalty and shit like that, it's like that's like you said, you can monetize that, right? Basically, what it
Yeah,
is,
because
yeah, you take the word loyalty and you spit it out anytime to weaponize it. It's a weaponizing thing, really, right?
yeah, I
And
was gonna say, man, it's
yeah,
like a tool.
it's a tool.
Loyalty is like a tool, man. Like
Loyalty is
I
a
find,
tool. And if you are loyal to a fault, then you are a tool and you are being used. I'm not saying
right.
don't be like I said, loyalty can be used
Look at the bar right there.
at facts. And loyalty could be used to in different a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not necessarily talking about loyalty to your girl and is, but in general, right? And it applies to
Yeah,
relationships too. But the way that we are looking at it now, the way that we use loyalty nowadays, we use it as a tool or a weapon. We've weaponized this word. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So give me the respect, bro. I want to treat people with respect, and that way you get respect. It's much more, um, I think it's much more valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
um,
it's much more easy to be loyal to a concept or an idea.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? I equate, like, when I think of loyalty, I think of you meeting somebody. Like when I was younger, I used to take the bus all the time and shit like that, and you would have 99 fucking interactions with a person, and one day they just have a bad day and they don't talk to you, or they don't, or whatever,
yeah,
and it's just like, well, I was used to this person.
yes.
And you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, no, like you gotta give, you know.
You gotta accept
And
what you can't control. You can't control people, so you being loyal is like that's supposed to be something more intrinsic to your character. It's not just
I was
something
gonna
that you just
yeah,
do all the time and then expect something. That's not loyalty. That's manipulation. That's like again, that's using something as a tool to
I was,
yeah,
I was thinking about yeah, man, fucking okay. Speaking of loyalty and respect, right?
right,
Yo, what do you think about this whole Young Thug and Gunna situation, right?
right.
Like, I heard that recently Thug took a plea deal or something.
I haven't. Nah, I haven't heard none of. I haven't even really been hearing about the thug and the last thing I heard was something about fuck. What was it about? It was something. I don't even know if it was
But
true, but no, it wasn't nothing like that.
okay, okay. Well, I heard that this week and shit like that. So it just happens to be in the loyalty and respecting. Because like, I feel like in that scenario, like if you just go back to the beginning, it's just like, yo, listen, why even put your man's in that position, bro? And
Right.
like I could understand like
Yes.
Thug even like being locked in. Remember, these guys are locked in for a minute. The man came out ripped. He was a fat nigga, came out ripped. You had that much time, you know?
Gunner, you're
Like
saying?
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
both
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
were in, right?
Yeah.
But you had that much time to be like kind of hug that and be like, all right, listen, man, I'm not gonna put homeboy in.
Yes.
This is it. And he should have said that and Thug should have big man thing. Big man thing.
Hmm.
If I know I'm going away and I'm doing that, I'm just giving him the stamp. Yo, don't let me hear nobody come talk about this. You, this guy. I gave I gave
I
him like
okayed this. Yeah.
yes, that is the word I was looking for. I gave him the okay, and yo, allow that.
Yes.
Still whatever fucking label they represent, and
Still
that's it,
rock.
bro.
Yeah. 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 Yes.
Why say, and like that's what I'm saying. I can understand being like that and then being salty about it, but it's like if you don't see a way out, and then to do that, put that pressure on this young brother, and then end up doing kind of the same thing. Which, if that's the truth, whatever. I didn't really look into it. I just heard a video of Whack 100 and these LA guys talking about it and shit like that. I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
So like because this whole Kendrick and Drake thing is like for me, it's like I don't understand why Jersey would think he could just go at a whole coast like that. It was just not, but it's such a T dot thing to do. Like, yo, you can do anything, fam. Like, yo, I don't care who you are. Like, it's a real, you get that battery, that type of battery in your back. Pause, like, I could
Yeah.
see us seeing our type of character doing that shit, but it wasn't a good move like that, especially being locked in with J. Cole and he's like the bridge between the two of them and all of that. So it was just unnecessary. So like when you break it down to like now times where people are going to Kendrick's concert, yo, dog, that nigga was playing at the Super Bowl. What do you want people to do, bro? He's
Yeah.
probably he's comping out beer tickets. Like, now, yeah, you have to hug that, but
Yeah.
it's like Drake is still in beer people's mouth pause as much as Kendrick is.
Yeah.
Double pause. So it's just like I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think it's good for music, and I'm glad that a Canadian is doing it. That's all I could really take from
No,
that thing.
100%.
So
And at the end of the day, I mean, look, man. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even understand the Kendrick thing, to be honest. Like in
mhm.
terms of just him as a like, I just don't really like Kendrick Lamar like that. Like I don't really care
Yeah,
about his music like that. I mean, he's made a couple of joints that I hear and be like, ah, okay, okay, I see what you're doing there. His flow is nice and everything like that. Like, and he's different. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a very unique artist. And if anything, I like more when he does some of that other type of shit. Like you know what I'm saying? And he could rap too.
okay.
He could rap too. He could rap too. But yeah. I mean, I think Drake makes better music. So at the end of the
I
day, why did he
yeah,
decide to go into a battle with somebody who? I mean, in that if we're talking, I don't think either of them are battle rapper type of guys. But if anybody was to be more of a battle rapper kind of guy, it's going to be Kendrick Lamar for sure. Like he
that's what
would
I'm
be able
saying.
to lyrically probably
Push
kind of
that pen.
he
Like
would be
I
able
was
to
gonna
push
ask
that
you, do
pen.
you think it was a pen versus pen type of thing? Like, was it like
That's the crazy thing because Drake has fucking bars too. Like I mean, he can rap. Like Drake can
yeah?
fucking rap, but like
It,
I don't know
it
what.
only went as yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what. I mean, I know obviously Kendrick used a lot of the he used a lot of shit, but this is what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between somebody who has bars and somebody who has the ability to battle you and actually fuck you up in a bat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're better at battling, you can take stuff from like real life and put it into the thing that's gonna make everybody side with you. That's
Yep.
basically what Kendrick Lamar did. And then when they were like, "Oh shit, this guy did that. Fuck. What can I take from real life to go against this guy?" I mean, he's not really out here doing too much. Not you don't really hear too much about Kendrick like that. So what are you gonna
That's the
use?
thing, you know.
What are you gonna
And
use?
your reach wasn't long enough for that one, you know.
Well,
And
you just
like
didn't have enough. And then I guess I don't know if there was, yeah, there was. I don't know if there was this whole thing about they tried to say some shit about some domestic shit that they want or something like
on
that.
who?
Kendrick, I think it was brought
Really?
up. Yeah, I think it was brought up on, I think on Drake's side or something like that. That like, yo, there was some fucking domestic
Huh.
dispute between him and
His
his
shorty,
baby
his
mom or
wife.
whatever, his wife or whatever back in the, or I don't know if it was back in the day or if it was real. I don't know. But
Nah,
anyway,
come
apparently
on,
there was something
gang.
like that. And to be honest, I don't even know how confirmed that ever was or whatever the case may be. Neither one of the, I don't think either one of them has said anything other than on music about the situation. So to me, and this is old news if anything, but I only even brought up Drake and Ken just because of that whole, that the topic of loyalty and all of that. Like, you know, when you have people like that do shit like that, like, to me that says more about your character than it says about the guy who you're dissing, in my opinion. Like you as a grown man expecting somebody to inherit your fucking your shit, to me is that's
Mm,
the type of shit that it's again, it's all a tool. It's like it's just like gangs and mafia. How do you think they keep people in check? Right? They
right.
use that whole loyalty thing. To me, as a loyal person, you're more of like a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like, who
Mm-hmm.
does a boss really loyal to? Really, for real, it's not about loyalty for them. It's about them being. It's about people being loyal to them, not them being loyal to anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For the
Right.
bosses, it's more about respect. Like, what do they do to gain
Yeah.
respect? So whatever they need to do. So, you know, and then in order for business to run a certain way, you know what I'm saying? You need loyal soldiers,
Mm,
people who's gonna just do the most just because it's you. And no
that's
matter
it,
what
man.
you say, no matter what you do, they're gonna ride for you. And at the end of the day, you might, if another boss says, "Yo, look, man, yeah, your homeboy over here, he's loyal, but he done fucked up the other day, bro. So you gotta handle it, or else we will. And if we handle it, then we handling you too." And now you got to go to
Mm,
that loyal soldier and be like, "Yeah, sorry, bro, but you know, it's all about respect because you got respect for the other bosses because you have to because you worked for it." And it's like, so as far as I'm concerned, that's where I'm conflicted with the whole loyalty thing, bro. You know, especially
I
when
don't
they
think it's a
grow up.
bad place to start.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which
Yeah.
part? Where's not a bad place to start?
To being loyal, I think they're very, very close together. Like loyalty, you know, you have to start somewhere, you know, and
Yes, yes,
you if you are loyal to that ideal, whatever it might be,
you're
you
right.
know what I'm saying? You're gonna do the things and work your way up to that point where, you know,
Yeah,
whatever. Like where you can kind of gain a respect because like, yo, I'm doing this thing, you know what I'm saying?
100%, 100%.
But it's like, yeah, man.
But
You mind going,
you
go
use
ahead.
again, right? Again, and you're absolutely right about that. But again, you use it as a tool. You use loyalty as a
It
tool
is
to
a
get
tool.
respect. So,
Right,
and I
right.
always used to
There you
say that
go.
too when I like anytime I heard that question, I used to think, well, isn't that an oxymoron? It's kind of is, right? Because at the end of the day, I mean, what do you really do? You just loyal just because? It depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? And
Well, you know the concept of the wheat and the tear?
no,
So it's a biblical concept which pretty much God tells everybody to, you know, essentially that in the field of wheat that feeds you, there will be tares, which really, when you look at a wheat and a tear, they look very similar. And only once you process it can you tell which one is a wheat and a tear. So which one is real, which one is fake. You know what I'm saying? And I think that loyalty versus respect is a wheat versus a tear, whereas loyalty is the tear. You can
Right.
shade a lot of things and almost even look respectful when you're loyal.
100%, especially if there's a
But
motive behind it. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
right, right. But when you're using the tool, right? It if you're building it off the tool, which you can do,
Right.
but not in this context. But like when you're building it off, it's not stable.
It's not
It's
stable.
not a
It's not
stable. You have
nutritious.
to
So it doesn't even do
right.
what it's supposed to do. Right? At the end of the day. Yeah, no, sorry I'm cutting you off, but these is bars right here. No doubt. The wheat and the tear. That right there is exactly. Yeah, that's see, I'm gonna have to use
So
that
so
shit.
that's referring to Christians. Like there's gonna be, when he gathers the harvest from,
Right.
he's gathering it all. It's not just gonna
Yeah.
be he's gathering it all, and then at the end when we're testing you, we're gonna see, bro.
We're gonna see you. No doubt.
Who was for me and who wasn't type shit.
Right, right,
So
right, right, right. No doubt.
loyalty versus respect, man. I love that question, bro.
I
That was
love
a
that
good
question
one
too, man. I can almost never talk about it enough, to be honest. I mean, you really can't, and especially
because
again,
it,
and
it applies
nowadays,
to everything.
what's that?
It applies to
It
everything.
applies to everything, and again, like especially nowadays, how much it's being weaponized and shit, and how people use it for their own. You know what I'm saying? I love shedding light on and challenging the idea of, you know what I'm saying, like what people define as loyalty and shit like that,
Hmm.
and where they are with it. And I always find it interesting, like, why people choose what they choose, whether it's loyalty
Hmm.
or respect. I always find it interesting to see what people have to say why they choose in one over the other, or whatever. I mean, shit, if I was on Drink Champs, I might drink to that. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, to be honest, because
Because it is,
like you said, it's
yeah,
an
dog.
oxymoron. Like I said, it's an oxymoron almost, right? Like it's kind of like that. But I do I love that analogy of the wheat and the tear. But a lot of people would maybe debate which one is the wheat and which one is the tear. Loyalty or respect. Which one is which, right? I
Yeah,
personally say respect is the wheat, in my opinion. That's where
yeah,
all of the nutrition and the value really is for real. Because respect to me is more a reciprocal thing, where it's like, like loyalty can be very, like one that you could be loyal to something, that doesn't mean that you deserve anything. And a lot of people who have this so-called loyalty,
mm,
people think
that's a
loyalty means,
bar, fam.
no doubt, man, people think loyalty means that you deserve something, like, or you're owed something, like, then I don't want that. I don't want that. If you think you're loyal
Mm,
to me and you expecting something, don't be loyal to me, bro. Like, don't. We don't even need to interact. Like, I'm not asking for nothing. So don't be loyal to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
don't be loyal to me, bro. Just do
that's
what
real
you want to do
shit,
because
dog.
it's a part of who you is, and that's it. And you ain't expecting nothing from me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
facts.
that's where I'm at with it, because that's how I move. You feel me? So I move. That's just how I move. I move with respect. That's my sort of MO. That's how I move. You know what I'm saying?
It's much easier to be that way, in
Yes,
my
it's
opinion,
easy.
bro.
Yes, it's easier. It's
Right.
that makes life simple, in my opinion. Right?
Hmm.
It's like I said in the beginning. Loyalty can get complicated real quick. You know what I'm saying? But
Super.
super quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, but
Yeah.
in a lot of cases, it's yeah, it depends on who it is, but like you said too, man, like it can really show you the real from the fake. And I don't like using all of that all the time, you know what I mean? Oh, fake and real and all of that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't even know what the fuck they're saying or why they're saying it. But like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it does kind of show you who's using it as a weapon and who it is just an intrinsic part of who they are. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
That's the difference. That's
Yeah.
the big difference, because loyal people, and they're loyal for a reason, not because they're using it as a weapon, but because it's a part of the relationship you have with the person. It's like I said, it's intrinsic. It just comes with it. It's not
Yeah.
about
Like a puppy. like a
Exactly.
dog. Like when I hear loyalty, it's a dog. Yeah, it's a soldier, like you said, like a soldier.
Yo,
It's like
it's a part
you're
of me.
here
Yes,
for this.
I'm here
I'm
for this.
here
Like
for this.
this puppy only knows you. You understand what I'm saying? And you fed it and grew it up. So that's all it knows. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you decide some days you ain't gonna feed it, sometimes you're not gonna feed him, sometimes you're not gonna do this or that, maybe you're going through something. Shit, you might even dogs, bro, like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry for any listeners that's sensitive to this type of stuff. I mean, I love animals as well. You know what I'm saying? But even a lot of the times when animal cruelty happens, that doesn't stop the dog from being loyal to the abuser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, but that's because that's an intrinsic part of who the dog is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a part of the
that's
dog's
so
character, like a
crazy.
part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But don't be using loyalty as a tool against me to make yourself feel fucking better about some shit that you ain't trying to fucking, you know, look at yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, do certain shit. It's yeah, bro. It's a lot of people use it as a weapon in a lot of different ways, man. So, oh,
Yeah,
bro.
man. Yeah, I think yeah, definitely for that particular thing, man, it's definitely interpersonal relationships. A lot of the times, what a lot of things are being weaponized.
Right.
Let's get to that.
Yeah, trust me.
Fuck man, a lot of things are being weaponized, and I
Yeah,
think it's just the human nature, right? Like
I
you get
think
a
it
tool,
is.
you use it, right?
Yes.
So when it's a tool that I only have to flex mentally, it's like, and I think you hit it on the head at the beginning when you said that respect is more of a characteristic, and the loyalty is the projection. It's whatever I choose to do. You know what I'm saying? So they're very close to each other.
Yeah, they're very close
And
to each other. Yes, 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 yes.
some might say it's a characteristic too, though, being loyal,
Well, that's what
because
I
there
think
are
I said.
people
I'm
who
not
are
sure which one
loyal
I
as
said.
a dog. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's more
Just
of what I
people
was
who are
saying.
like that.
That loyalty is more like that's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said it's intrinsic. Sorry to cut you off. That's what I meant when I said like loyalty
Yeah,
is an intrinsic part
like
of your character.
woven,
Like
like
you,
woven together.
yeah, you woven together. So it's like a part of you. So it's like it's a part of who you are. So when you, have a relationship with someone or even something, you know,
Hmm.
you want to hold on to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This to me is a characteristic of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's who you are. You know what
That's
I'm
fair.
saying? But people a lot of the times they don't know when and how to let go. So it's like then you get and then they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And then they keep getting hurt
Yeah.
because they keep holding on to things even though it's not, you know what I mean? But and you could be like that, but at some point you have to learn the game. And that's what it means to for me, people who are loyal to a fault, to me is a sign of immaturity. You know what I'm saying? Because you still
Yeah.
do things like, you know how kids is loyal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a kid, they don't really know any
Uh,
better, so they're gonna keep being loyal. Like their parents might be, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like
yeah.
Stockholm syndrome, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that where you almost start to, because
That's
you're in a
wild
situation that you
work.
can't, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a situation that you can't really control or get out of, which like a kid, they have no control because they're a kid. You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna do? I'm 8 years old. I depend on my parents to do this and that. So no matter how shitty their fucking parents are, they're going to be loyal to each other until they get older and they mature, and then they realize, yo, I matured out of the shitty conditions that you made for me, yet you are still the fucking same. And you haven't even fucking
so
right. So
So is it because that I mean I said it's wild work, but I mean Stockholm syndrome does kind of describe the child experience. Do you think that more so describes a negative child experience or a positive one? Because if a positive one is more of like it's the same thing, they're just giving you all the treats. It's like they're just decorating the jail cell for you.
Well, they're
essentially.
facilitating
Whereas,
a proper growing environment for you. Like I don't think it's Stockholm
mm,
syndrome if it's only Stockholm when it's a negative environment that you're setting for the
right.
kid because the kid can't get
Just
out of
wanted
that.
that clarification.
So it's the same as kidnapping because when you kidnap somebody and you hold them hostage there, you hold them for long enough, they realize they can't get out because they've tried and it doesn't work. And then eventually it's
Right.
just like their mind shifts and then they start fucking feeling sorry for the fucking abuser. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what's interesting?
yeah,
That if you have a child and you don't talk to them, it will like, so like if you had a child, you spoke to your partner in the house, but you didn't speak to the child, it would, it would, it reforms their brain
yeah,
to where speech is not necessary, like where it
right,
heavily delays
yes,
everything in the brain, speaking, understanding,
yeah. Oh,
like, you know what
the
I mean?
emotional
So
part of it, like when you're that age, you don't form emotions, man. Because how do you do that when you're not communicated with in the at
right,
those stages of your life? Exactly. So
you get
that's the
feral and shit
that's
like
the
that.
fucking effect that parents will have on a kid. So yeah, that's why I use that analogy because it's like it just goes to show how you know how powerful you are
I
when you know what I'm saying when you're in that position. I guess I kind of lost track.
I
What? How
wonder
did we
I
get on?
wonder
How did we
if
get on this topic again? The Stockholm syndrome,
shit, yo, if we have to
the
hop back,
loyalty thing,
this
right?
is
Yeah, the loyalty thing.
loyalty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Your
maturing.
kids is loyalty.
So at the end of the day, like I'm like if you're a parent, you're setting up your kid for success in the future. You're setting them up for all of the good things, right? So eventually when they do mature, they get, certain things. They understand certain things. They understand
Hmm.
that there's certain things that you might not feel good about, but you might have to do it. There all these different things, these interactions, these, you know what I mean? Like you said, talking to your kids and stuff like that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of
Hmm.
maturing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I say that when people are loyal to a fault, it just means that they are not mature. And I'm not saying it's not their fault or it's their fault or whatever.
Right.
I'm not saying none of that, but it's just that's what I think. I think there's just something there that you didn't allow to teach you something. There's something in your life that you're not taking the lesson
Hmm.
that's being given to you. You know what I'm saying? You're not passing the test. You keep failing and you think and you use this as something of like, nah, like this is how I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
this is the good thing about me, and nobody's built like me no more. But no,
Right.
no, that is not how you're supposed. That is not mature, in my opinion. If you are a grown man thinking like that, then you can't fuck with me. I'll tell you that because that is
Yo,
not.
my
That's not.
my biggest
Yeah,
my
sorry.
biggest enemy. No, not to cut you off,
No,
fam,
no, no, no,
but
no.
my biggest enemy lately has been myself, dog. Trying to, you know what I'm saying, in regards of, you know, trying to be better than I was the day before,
Oh
you know,
man, no
and
doubt.
actually analyzing how, like, what you have to really, like, you really have to be letting go some shit and really
Really,
analyzing what letting go truly fucking means to you, and then what it actually is, because that shit is coming
and
regardless.
what it
Like,
actually looks
and
like. Yeah, no doubt.
so yeah, dog,
No,
like
it's
it's crazy,
definitely,
man.
yeah. To me, you're always your own worst enemy for real. Um, you know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
most critical.
Because at the end of the day, man,
Oh,
like if you're not good, then what can you do for somebody else? And doing for somebody else is literally the golden rule, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
right.
The golden rule is love thy neighbor. That's why when people like and this is another thing. I like challenging things that sometimes people might feel like it doesn't need to be challenged, but you know, um, I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, when people go crazy, like talking about, it's gonna sound a little crazy, but people go crazy when they talk about self love and all of this stuff, and they really champion the idea of self love. And in my opinion, I'm like, well, what is love if it's not? for a measurement of your care and concern for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
That's how you actually measure it.
that's how you actually measure it. You can't measure it by giving love to your. I mean, for all I know, you could be a narcissist. A lot of narcissists, they look like they love themselves, don't they? A lot of psychopaths,
Yeah.
like it seems like they love themselves. I mean, they take care of themselves. They do a lot of things for themselves, but do they care for others? No. So to me, how do you measure love if it's not what you're doing for someone else? So when I hear people say self love, I mean, I think what they really mean is self care, right? I mean, I think it's responsibility for you to
I
care
was
for
just gonna
yourself.
say,
Yeah, there's self care and self love. To me, I think self love again is a kind of an oxymoron, right? Because love is not for in love. You don't measure love by just taking care of yourself. That's an obligation. You understand what I'm saying?
right?
Like
Yeah.
that's like going to school and saying I'm self taught because I got the grades and I
I went to
passed the class.
school.
But you went to school.
No,
Somebody was giving you the lessons. So how do you measure being taught in school? Like how do you say that you were self-taught when you
that's
went to
good.
school? So it's like,
That's good.
and same thing with, and
That's
same thing with real life too. Oh, I'm self-taught. No, I'm not. You're not self-taught. Somebody provided the knowledge for you to even read it yourself. If you went and yeah, even if you did an online course, or even if you went and asked ChatGPT to learn it, somebody made ChatGPT. So you're
right.
not so. There's no
Somebody made the book that you're
somebody
researching
made
if
the
you want
book
to go
you're
even
reading.
further.
So how are you self-taught? No, you're not self-taught. You just learned the way you learned, but somebody provided that for you. Somebody facilitated for you to be able to do that. So it's kind of like that, right? So
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
I
no,
like
that's
that,
so
man.
that's just a little food for thought right there for you motherfuckers.
Motherfucker.
You know?
Yo, so you wanna deal with like a random question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do a random.
Let's do it,
You know,
cute. You hear that nigga on talking
spin.
about cute?
Yeah, in a bipple snip. Bipple snip.
Yeah, big bipple, yeah, snip. The who high literally bip bips. Yo, that
Bipple
fucking
yip
guy
nip.
kills me, bro. That's like,
But yo, I heard him going off the other day, and I was like, yo, but nah, like that's like they're actually speaking. The way that they were talking to each other, I heard him going off.
yeah.
I with his brother, he called his
Yeah,
brother,
I seen it. Yeah. Yeah.
and him and his brother, and his brother, like it's like it turned out you could hear his brother be like, and he did the whole thing, and I was like, yo, and I'm like, yo, that shit is tough,
They're having a
and I don't care
conversation for real.
what
Yeah.
that's real shit. I'm like, yo, these guys are speaking, bro.
These guys are
So
speaking, bro.
imagine how, like, because he even wrote a dictionary. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, he wrote a dictionary. I'm not gonna say I lost respect, but I'm like, bro, because like, bro, you guys had it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, feds ain't knowing
Like
what the fuck you guys are saying.
nobody could
No, now you're
exactly.
putting out a
Why
dictionary
would
and
you
this shit.
bother?
Like, what's the whole point of making up a whole language that nobody else understands if you're gonna have a dictionary for this shit? Like, you know what I mean?
I was 50. I was impartial on that. I was just like, yeah,
Yeah,
because it's already a slang thing. So if me and you are talking in code, and then we sell the code, and then we just break off a next part of the language, that's it. You think, what do you think? You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have to refer to my dumbass fucking
to
dictionary
get the
that
update.
I wrote out for you. You know what I'm saying? And this is like, you know, because he might, yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant because if that's just the surface level shit that he's feeding you, and
Right.
if that came from slang, which it more than likely came from, then that shit is, you can just flip it, pack it, you can just do another thing, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt,
Like
no doubt. Well,
that
I mean,
probably all came from a joke,
even
like, you
without
know.
doing it, like things naturally evolve and flip on their own anyway, right? Like a lot of the slang words that we was using when we was like, especially when we go way back, like when we was like 14, 15, 16, bro, like
I was
they
That's a perfect topic. What are some of the fucking words we used to use for slang,
oh my gosh.
bro?
Give me a I don't know, give me a word. I don't know
All right,
what.
all right. I'll age myself. But when, at first, do you remember when we used to say, "do it" for smashing.
Oh my god, bro!
Like,
But
oh,
that's like
he's gonna
fucking
do it.
that's like
Yeah, I know that's
that's eight
grade eight
nine
and
years
shit. Yeah,
9 years old and shit. Like that's like
no,
little
I
kid shit.
remember that. That's but like shit like that, like things like that. Because I'm trying to think like if you want to talk about like older, uh, a phone wasn't called a jack. Like, well, that's actually
That's is old,
I
isn't it?
got that. That's where like phone jacks. That's where it came from. Like I'm on a jack and shit like that. But I didn't really ever hear man
No, we
calling
never.
it
I
a
don't even
jack.
know what the fuck did we use for phone. I don't remember. I don't think we had anything for phone.
Because remember we used to have the pagers, and then
Yeah, but the pagers
um,
is like, bro, like pagers is a little bit like we're. I don't think we ever. You ever owned a pager?
you know what I did when I was a teenager. I remember because these guys in my class they were big into cell phones. Remember the big brick fucking Nokia's, and then that's when they started to get slimmer and slimmer. So
You know, yeah,
one
you
of
know what
them,
I noticed about you, bro? You think you're older than you are, bro. That's what I noticed about you. Yo, you talking about brick phones, bro? Hey, yo, ain't nobody. There's no way you had, bro. The last time I seen a brick ass phone, I don't even know if I ever seen a brick
I
phone.
didn't say I had it. I didn't say no. I'm not talking about
No, but
the
you're
big
talking
joints.
about
I'm
in
talking about the
school.
Nokia joints
Oh,
with the
yeah, 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 yeah,
snake
yeah.
and
But I
all of
thought you
that.
said you. No, sorry, my bad. I thought you said that in school
I
niggas
said high
was.
school.
I thought you said in high school niggas was into the brick phones. I was like, what?
No, no. Remember my first year in high school, I was in the West.
No, no, no. I know, but I'm just saying, like, when you said in high school niggas wanted the brick phones, like maybe we got to go back and watch this. But I'm pretty sure that's what you said. I thought you said in high school, yeah, niggas was all about the brick phones. I'm like, nigga, nobody in high when you was in high
Yo,
school, we by the time me and you were in high school, yes, the Nokia's with the snake fucking thing on the phone that was out.
right?
That
They
was
were
out.
just starting to get slim. They were just starting to get. That's what I was saying. They were starting to get slimmer those times. Like they were getting
Yes, they were
smaller
going
and
from like the
smaller.
regular size. I mean, regular size to like
Right.
the razors was the slim joints.
Right, because I that when I wasn't actually in high school, like grade 11 and shit,
Right.
10, I remember buying my first flip phone. I felt like I was that nigga,
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But as for slang, okay, I remember boom, like that's
Yo,
boom.
I go on boom, boom. Yeah, boom. Niggas used to call you boom.
Uh,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, that.
star, yo star.
Yo, I go on start. Yeah, bro. Those ones. Like, yes. And then there was a next one too, fam.
uh,
Yo, niggas used to be like, yo, cause yo, differently, fam. Yo, differently.
yeah,
Yo,
differently, like yo, differently.
yo, like, oh, then there was a couple others, bro. There was
Oh man, obviously, like I think we invented the word ting. Fam. Like I'm sorry, I think we pop cultured it up. Like Toronto as a scene made ting
oh no,
a
that goes
ting.
without saying. That's 100% Toronto.
Like
Ting
that
is
was
Toronto.
like, yeah,
100%. I mean,
yeah,
Ting is technically is kind of they
yachty.
can, but they didn't
Obviously,
use it the way we did. Like they say it naturally for
nah,
everything. Like they just say it because that's a part of it. They didn't make it
right,
a thing about it. They
a
didn't
ting. Like,
a thing. They
yeah,
didn't say
that,
things like that referring to girls. They would just say gal them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Right? So they're not gonna. But we took it
gallem,
and we
galler.
say that to refer to girls. So that's definitely Toronto.
So, so what do we used to call players and shit like that? Like, because I know right now it's like you're a guy. Like if you're a guy
You're
out here.
or you're a P or you're a
So
P or
what?
whatever.
Yeah, your P. What was like a road man? Because what do we used to call road man?
My
Like,
gosh, bro. That's how I know
and
I'm getting old. I'm actually forgetting about these fucking things.
yeah,
I'm actually
done.
forgetting about these words. Um
Because like the word for like a knife, a burner. Because I remember a burner was a thing.
burner, machine,
Machine.
machine.
Um, then it moved up to stick, but
Stick is even more recent. I mean, strap. It went
it
from
super
probably more
recent.
like strap, and then then it went to strap. People used to say hammer. I don't know
Yeah,
if they still say it. I
yeah,
don't even know
yeah.
what niggas say for this shit now.
Got the hammer on me.
You know what I'm saying?
Then they started to, yeah.
Yeah.
But certain things like certain like machines, like certain guns used to have like, their own numbers. Like you had the 30 or the 380 was big back in the day. Because we talk about the
They still
380.
do. Yeah, but the numbers is still valid, right? I mean,
Okay, okay,
number.
so we're
I would
not
say
gonna
no. I would say
count the
numbers is
numbers.
valid, but oh man, there was something that I was trying to fucking and I can't. I fucking slipped my mind. Um,
Oh, fuck. Gals, we used to call them biddies.
there
Remember
was
that? We
biddies.
used to.
I think, yo, I think
Shorties
it was
was like
jubbies
later
or some
though.
shit. Jubbies.
Job, like your jobs, your there is the boops thing, like the boops.
Yeah,
What it would describe.
but I thought the boops was referring to
Boops was
guys,
older.
guys.
No, no.
I thought that was
I thought,
yeah.
nah, a boops is a boops thing. A boops thing.
I thought a boops thing was like a nigga who was like a simp. I thought a boops was like almost like a simp.
No, a boops is when you boops a old thing, fam. So you would be a young thing, and you would like you would you would boops the old thing, like the thing. So you would have an older bitch
Okay,
that you were
okay,
getting
okay,
shit
okay,
off
okay.
of.
I guess so. I guess so.
So
Yeah.
when a nigga would get boops, that just mean he got took, because
Yeah,
it went
by
the
a
other
gal
way.
though, right? Like kind of thing, right? Like
Yes,
that's kind of
yes,
what
yes.
that's kind of where I thought. That's what I
Okay,
was.
so no, we're saying the same
I
shit. We're
think we're
saying the
saying the
same
same thing.
thing, the
That's what I
opposite.
meant when I meant like yeah, like from yeah.
Boops, holy, that's fucked up, man. Man
Yeah.
said Jobies, fam.
Jubbies,
Fuck.
fucking what else is there? Fuck.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's crazy though. But like I
yeah,
thought I heard, and then once in a while you hear certain ones come back, and you're like, really? Like that one came back?
like which one?
I forgot.
That's what I'm trying to. I
I
talking about these things. It's like it's just fleeting, bro.
It's
Like
fleeting, but I know
you
there was a
literally have to
few.
have.
There was a few that was happening. I'm like, yo, we were saying that from way back. I fucking forgot which one it is. But
I'm
there was a
gonna
few words that
I'm
I've
gonna
heard
look.
recently. I'm like, really? Like, we're still saying that? Okay, fuck.
Okay, I'm gonna look up one and see if I can find one real quick. Uh, okay, real shit. I can't believe we didn't say it. Like mandem, because that's we came up with the mandem.
Is that not valid still?
Let's
Is that not valid no more?
that,
Nobody's saying man them.
that's a timeless one. That's a
Yeah,
timeless one.
that's
And
super timeless.
I don't think the mans in them were like, I think there was that break, mans in them. I think we kind of made it like, yo, Manda.
Yeah, because
Honestly, if I'm being honest,
mans in them sounds like
that's more like
American.
American, like
Yeah.
right. You're the man them, okay. A lie. A
Yeah,
lie.
a lie Toronto made it different, right? Because in like Jamaican terms, it's like they'd be like I lie, I tell. But then we'll
Yeah.
end the sentence with it. I don't think Jamaicans do that. Like like
No.
we end the sentence like yo, isn't Shorty's from over there? I lie.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Jamaicans
Yeah.
end the sentence like that as is to say, hey, right? Like I
Yeah.
don't think
Like
they do that.
it's more of like an insult. Like it's more like I lie.
Yeah, I lie. Like
Like
yeah, I lie.
the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you saying?
Yeah. Like no, it's like saying no
Yo,
way, no way. Like I lie.
Shorty got yo, homeboy got shot in his head yesterday. I lie.
Yeah,
That's how it's, you know what I mean?
yeah. I lie.
You know,
Yeah. But it's not
holy, this is cheesing me. Vex. Cheese is one.
cheese. Yeah, is that not valid?
Like
See, I don't
niggas
know, but
say
the thing is,
no, because niggas say cheese now, like you're cheesing, like I'm smiling, I'm cheesing,
I know,
right?
but who really says that? I know, but who really fucking the Toronto people really say that though? I don't think Toronto
I'm just
people
saying it was
say
a
that.
oh, I'm just saying it was a thing. That's all I'm saying.
No, but I mean, like
Like that
now,
was
when somebody saw I'm cheesing, like, do Toronto people say that though?
no, I not that I'm
Not that
aware of.
I'm aware either. No,
I
I don't know. I have no idea what.
I don't think they'd be saying like I'm cheesing. Like they might if they tapped in with the Americans and all of that. Says Vex, waste man, waste you,
Waste Man is another
then
timeless one.
Yeah,
That's
another
another timeless
timeless
one, and they
joint.
even say that in the UK too.
Oh my gosh, beer, like beer things.
Yeah, that's another again a timeless one. I feel like that's still valid. I think people still say those ones. I
Yeah.
thought we were. I
So
thought, but
you
I'm more curious as to what's not being said anymore and what these
nice it,
nice.
nice, nice. I liked. I really like nice it, but it didn't stay long.
Nah, there's a lot of them that didn't stay long too, bro. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, and it's funny how these guys actually broke it down.
Like put
Yo,
definitions and everything.
two twos,
Two tools,
yo,
yeah.
reach, fam. Yo, reach the spot, bro. Done no. Like, how are we forgetting these things,
I'm not. No,
dog?
I'm not
This,
forgetting
you know
them.
what it is? It's not forgetting. It's you know what it is. It's so much part of our speech that we
That's
don't even like when you break it down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
It's
saying because
like
there's certain things that there's certain things that don't really leave the leg. That's what I'm saying. Like that one is still valid. Like I
a
think
defaz.
a defaz. I don't know. Yeah, that one.
No,
These are things that I feel like those I've
hold
heard those in
there.
recent years. Put it that way. Like if you're on the internet,
Yeah. Defaz is recent. Is
you still
definitely
see
recent
those
for us.
words. Done, no, bear. Like there's certain words that's like baked into the
Yeah.
lingo where it's like I don't think those are really gonna go nowhere, and I think they're still
Mm,
valid. Yeah.
yeah. I
So
had some idiot on fucking lied asking me like, why do you guys speak like that? And I had to tell him, bro, honestly, you're a fucking peon, firstly. But secondly, it was just like, yo, I can't really speak for it. It's just part of the culture. And then if I have to explain past that, like I'm not gonna give you that, yo, pretty much. It's like like anybody that came from like the Caribbean or a lot of Toronto and Canada is very immigrant based. So it was, but you were talking about first generation, so you're getting these shits hot off of the fucking
yeah,
so they're bringing
exactly.
a lot of their culture here. They're
Exactly.
raising up their youths here, first generation Canadians, you know what I'm saying? And then they're, so they're back in the day when you go to like, I don't know if it's like this still in the buildings, but like when you go into somebody's building, yo, different smells is no joke, bro. Because
No
you're getting the
joke.
authentic food of whatever culture that person
Whatever.
was. What ended up sticking though, right, was the niggas who was on road. And if most of the niggas are on road were black. And if that was if you were tapped into the niggas, bro, you were gonna be around some type of fucking Caribbean or African or, you know what I'm saying? And that was just the lingo. If you're on road all day, you're probably going to a Jamaican spot. If you're in schools, you're probably going to
Mm,
get an apati. You're probably, you know what I'm saying? You're
mm,
probably eating these people's food. You're mixing. But what ended up sticking, when it all settled,
mm.
or if the cream rose to the top, that was the language that was the lingo that stuck for us. So
Exactly.
everybody can speak regular and proper, what we call vernacular. We can
Vernacular,
speak
yeah.
the proper Canadian vernacular, which is English, the Queen's English, or we could talk like how we want to fucking talk and thing like that, which is colloquial. And when you tap
Yeah.
into the colloquial, that's when you start hearing things like, man, them, yo, wagwan. Because when I talk to my brother, it's not no, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, we're talking like if it gets to that.
If
It's
it
not
gets to that,
always
it could
like
get
that.
to that or not. Yeah, exactly.
It can get to it, especially when you get excited. That's hence colloquial. I'm talking to somebody familiar, therefore it's a different
It's
thing.
a different thing.
Like the Bipple Yip Snip, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's how them things kind of get right. Like,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that
Exactly.
shit is fire, bro. That language shit, bro. That nigga, bro.
So
That shit is
what I
super
wondered and
impressive.
what I wondered about that was like, how like designated is that? Like that's got to be just him and a few people. But again, like it because he's from Baltimore, right? Baltimore and all of that,
Mm,
right? So
be more.
you know what I'm saying?
Like the
Be more and all that.
chews and use and
You,
chews
you,
and
what's going on,
you,
you?
you know,
Like,
you.
that's I wonder how much of that is just. I'm pretty sure it's just him and a few people. To be honest, that probably speak like that,
That's
like the way that
tough,
he was
bro.
going off, like you said, when his Bridget, like I seen that phone call. I was just like, nah, bro. These guys
They're
are really
talking,
these
bro.
guys are really talking, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shit, I don't know. Like, how much of it is for real? For real? Like, I don't know how much is not saying it's staged, but I feel like him and that one guy, they must have been working on that lingo for a minute now, and they just got it like that. You feel me?
And that's what makes it authentic.
Oh, 100
If
percent.
it's
I ain't
just
saying it's not
you and
authentic,
your
but
brethren
it's
talking about it, that's what I mean. That's what's not authentic, but that's what I like about it. I think that's the intrigue of it. It
yeah,
it very
100%.
much comes off like that.
Yeah,
Like
it's like, you know what it's
we're just
like.
two
It's like pig Latin or fucking people used to
yes.
speak like oh, what's the other one? There's pig Latin. There's
There's Yiddish for the Jewish
Yiddish.
people, and then there's Celtic. Um, that's where you get things like Sean, but they spell it Sian.
That's a real thing though. That's
Or
a real language. No, like yeah, they got like there's like
I thought that's where you were going with it. Oh, my bad.
no. You're not
Like,
wrong or nothing. No, you're right. But I thought Celtic was like a for real shit. But I don't know how like. But I thought because I consider like pig Latin and all of that shit. Like, and there's a next one, bro. There's a next one.
uh,
Yiddish. You said Yiddish,
uh
pig Latin, and I
yeah,
thought there
for
was something else too.
like Arab, like were you gonna say Arabic?
No, but
No,
it's
right?
just
You're
more of like
talking
a
about
broken
old.
English. It's just more broken English type of stuff, right? I thought there was another one. Maybe I'm
Nah, you
wrong.
got me
Maybe it
fucked
was
up.
just really that. But
I
yeah,
could look
that
it
shit
up
is
real quick.
mad. That shit is mad interesting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Spoken, old spoken languages, or sold, old.
bro, I think people speak like they try to like speak like what's that fucking thing from like I don't know if it's Star Trek or whatever. I think it's Klingon. I think is that what it's supposed to be Klingon? I think,
Yeah,
and then I think people actually study that shit to learn the language for real. Like it was a made up language. Like when do they make these languages up and shit? Like they you
well,
literally make up a whole language just for a show. That is crazy.
it starts from like from what I understand of it, it starts from lore. So like if you're a really back in the day when you're reading comic books, if you're really into comic books, it started from there. So people would kind of know what like it's super lore. You got to go
Oh,
super deep and shit like that. Cause yo man, one thing I kind of got into is this, I guess this fantasy thing called Warhammer 40,000. Because there was a game that came out and it was called the Hell Divers, and pretty much it was like you're a big soldier or whatever, and you fight like aliens, like battleship troopers, but on a totally different fucking level. So, anyways, come to find out, there's not only a lore behind it, there's a game. Well, there is a lore. So the lore is gaming. Like they have like a board game, like Lord of the Rings. So niggas roll the dice and you fucking move your thing, and people go and they create armies of little sculptures that you like literally paint and shit like that. And in doing that, there's a whole fucking book that how each particular soldier moves, and you pick your army, and yo, it's a big thing. And so these things kind of get broken down, and in that there's certain languages and there's certain spells and there's certain this, because there's like witches and warlocks, all these things, and all of them have their own
wow. What
language.
the fuck?
So yeah, it was this whole thing. So like now when you go and look up like a Warhammer thing, they show you exactly how you turn from a human to a fucking 9 foot soldier, and they have the whole lore that every procedure is written out. Like you have a second heart, you have a second stomach, you have plates in your front, and all this shit like that, and then you get the suit, and I was like, yeah. So it doesn't surprise me, is my point, that these guys have whole languages and shit like that.
Yeah, no,
I
it
was
doesn't.
listening to this.
It doesn't, but it's interesting that that's
It's definitely interesting.
and
I was listening to this movie review. Not to cut you off.
no,
You
go ahead.
ever you remember the fifth element?
Yeah.
You know that language that she was speaking initially.
Yes.
She studied that. She studied that. So she wasn't just talking shit.
Wow.
That was an actual language that she was like gibberishing out.
What language do
And
you know?
no,
I'm gonna have to
no, it
look that
wasn't
up
a
now.
script or something. I can't remember her name, but Shorty was. I listen to. I'm big into movie reviews. I love movies. So, oh, here we go with the disrespect. Shout out to the neighbors, you fucks.
Uh,
That's all good. It's all good, shit. Yeah, young.
speaks the divine language, a fictional language with around 400 words that was
It's
invented
fictional.
by the film's director Luc Besson, and further
So
developed
it's
by
fiction. Fiction is fake or fact.
fiction is fake.
Fake, right?
So it was a
So it
made up.
was
So
made
it's a
up. My
made
bad.
up language just for the movie, I guess.
Yes, 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 yes,
It's
yes.
an ancient universal
So my
language that was
bad,
born.
guys. It was a fake language. My
But
bad.
she still had to learn it. I
But
mean,
it
you were
was
right
a
about that.
language that, yeah,
She still
yeah,
had to
she had to
learn
learn
that
that
fake
shit.
ass language, right? Like, and but the movie's
That's so
director,
fucking
man, that
crazy,
see
man.
the fact that see like that to me shows what dedication looks like right there, man. You're a film director. You made a language for this movie. You ain't just say, "Oh yeah, go speak some other bullshit or whatever." Like you made a language with
They
400
need to
words.
they need to make that they need to remake that movie and make a like or make a part two or something of that,
They
man.
should have been
That
he
was
should
one
have
thing
been
that
building
saved
on
me.
those 400 words. Like, okay, you got your 400 words, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
got so maybe you need to build on that. Yo, how many words is in the English language? That's a fucking good question.
All right, let me look it up. I think like a billion. How much you think?
How much do you think?
A billion.
A billion? No, no, son. A billy? Nah, bro. I
All
think
right,
there's like
English,
a hundred
English.
thousand or something.
Wow, it says two. Okay, it says
Two
around
hundred and
two hundred
seventy-three thousand
seventy-three
head words with 171,
headwords.
100,700.
What's that?
I don't even know how to say this. 171,476
71,000
currently in use.
currently. Wow, that doesn't seem like a lot.
Over and you
Words
and
in
over 1 million to total words when scientific obsolete technical terms and words from other languages are included. So when you include everything, so that to me sounds like anything that we would use for any reason whatsoever, it's 1 million.
right. Okay, so not a billion.
Wow.
I wonder what a billion words would do to our like the social aspect of everything.
Well, think about it. How many? Okay, think about. So let's ask this: how many words are in all languages? It's impossible to give an
Yeah.
exact number for the total words in all languages combined, but it is a number in the hundreds of millions or even billions. So a
Well, yeah, when you
billion,
consider all languages,
huh?
when you consider all languages that were ever
All
and are currently
languages,
being used.
all languages technically that were. That's why they say it's hard. It's impossible to determine that because there's been languages that aren't even used anymore. But I would say
Yeah.
out of languages currently, I would say, yeah, it's probably in the hundreds of millions of words. So in order to determine, to me, it's like to answer your question, like that's a very interesting question. What does that do? Well, think about what that does to somebody who knows multiple languages, right? For instance, right? Like if you know multiple languages.
I think Gaelic was the other one.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right.
Gaelic, yeah, I was looking for that one too.
Yes, yes, that sounds right. That might be the one that I was actually asking about. Or wondering about. So yeah, the thing is when you think about somebody that knows multiple languages, bro, like that might
Yeah.
give you a taste of, and that's another thing I was gonna say, man. Like, how do you feel about like? Well, I mean, you know French, you know what I mean, but but I know you know French, but you're telling me that you could speak fluently French?
Not anymore like that. I mean, I hear French like I hear English.
Okay,
So if somebody was speaking to me and they were speaking at a good enough cadence,
yeah,
I'm taking it. there is no process. There is no processing. It is just what you are saying to me as English.
That is
That's how I take it
that
in.
is incredible because I don't have that at all. You know what I mean? And believe me, it fucking bothers me. Like I really want, and I've tried, man. I've tried to start learning it and it's just I can't stick with it long enough. The progress is just so, and especially when you get older, like if maybe when you were younger is easier, but like as
For
an
sure.
adult, it's a little bit different, and especially when you're learning a language that you're not around enough, like because you learned it in school, right? Like you were in a French immersion school, right?
Yeah, until I was in grade 8.
Until you was in
You know,
grade
you know
eight.
what's you know what's interesting about language. I'm sorry. Did you have a point? My
No,
bad.
no,
Sorry.
no.
Go
You can
ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Sorry, because I won't even forget this. But there was this kid that lives around here and shit like that. And when he was like, let's say 3 or 4, all he could speak was, I'm not sure what the proper language is called, like Hindi or whatever, but he wasn't speaking English.
Yeah,
But he would intake English. Like I would ask his dukes, because every my interaction with him is this little Indian kid coming up to me and talking to me, and I'm like, yo, what are you saying, bro? But he would listen to what I'm saying and then respond, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. And then his mom would come get him. That would be the interaction. So one time I sat down, like not sat down, I was talking to his dukes. I'm like, yo, does he understand what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, 100%, 100%. He understands what you're saying, and he's telling you something, but instead of saying that, like, he just can't explain it to you, she was just telling me what he was saying. So they had went away for a year at that same point, right? So, and he came back a year later, went to school, and was speaking English better than some of the kids we got, bro.
wow, that's crazy, man.
Like he's talking to me, and I'm looking at him like, 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 yo, dog,
So now, and he spoke
like,
to you back in English now afterwards.
how we're speaking, bro.
That's
Like,
incredible. How
even to
old is
that,
this kid?
He will say, "What's up, bro?
How old is this kid?
Everything good?" He's now like 6 or something like that,
That's incredible. That is incredible, man. Like
and he's fully fluent in both of them. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy work to me, bro. So, but that speaks to youth. Let's say it's harder to obviously create those patterns in your brain when you're older and shit like that, because when you're older, it becomes just about surviving.
it
Routine
comes about
Routine is
survive.
important to us.
Yeah, exactly. It's about
So
surviving
you're
routine.
hardening things, like,
It's hard
you're hardening
and
pathways.
yeah. So you got to get up, and it's just like you don't have time to just sit down and absorb language like that. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
as an adult, you probably would catch it better. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you was just had no obligations, no nothing to worry about, and you was in
right,
a place that was only speaking a certain language, I think you would probably pick it
right.
up almost just as fast. Really, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, but yeah, no. As a kid, you're not having any. You don't have anything to undo. You don't have as much to undo in order to learn something. Like, you know what I mean? Like I know for me, I think with languages, it seems like you have to let go of a lot of things that you think mean something. Like, you have to
Mm-hmm,
look at it differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always use the example of in the City of God, right? The guy's
mm-hmm.
character Knockout Ned, right?
Right.
His name was, I forgot what the Brazilian term of it is exactly, but it translates to Chicken Manny, basically. That's the guy's
Yeah,
name. Not but chicken in at the time, at least at that time in Brazil, meant like that's almost like saying a stud or a guy who's like a really good looking guy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
yeah.
over here, a chicken is a fucking pussy or some shit like that, right? Or it's
Ma-
always
Man-
negative.
Manuel, Manuel Machado
Yeah,
Rocha.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, chicken manual.
Chicken Manual, yeah, Chicken
And,
Manny or
and
Chicken
and you're
Manny.
saying chicken that he was the shit.
He was the shit. Like this is the nigga who's getting all the bitches and everything. This is a chicken.
And if you're a chicken shit, you're a waste shoot. You're scared.
You're
That's
scared.
funny,
You're a
bro.
chicken shit. You're fucking yeah. You're scared. You're a fucking punk. You're whatever. Even if you there's even other things, chickens, or even if you want to go like American, like chicken heads and chickens like are like
Yeah,
ratchet bitches or some shit like that. Like so, it's always negative. You know what I mean? So it's like things like that. Like you have to undo those things and be totally impartial when you're learning some shit, right? So,
yep.
but yeah, another thing is always interesting is when I hear people saying like yeah, I don't speak it, but I understand it fluently. Like I always wondered, like, so if you can understand it, how come you can't speak it? You know what I'm saying? Like I know people that
Uh,
understand Spanish fluently, but they can't speak it, or they don't, or either they can't or they don't. I'm not sure which one it is.
I think it's something that yo that's a I think like anything else, it atrophies. Um,
Oh, so the speaking part
but
of it,
some things, yeah, because you're not forming your. I'm not rolling my tongue at the back no anymore. Three Charles, three Charles.
yeah, but
Like
like,
I'm not.
but you might.
You're not doing.
So
What's
I'm
up?
sorry to cut you off. No, but I'm saying like, and you're right. But you might say you might not roll your tongue like that. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But you know if you know what you're hearing, just as it is, you're hearing English. Then why couldn't you just reciprocate that? Even if you have a terrible accent, but you,
But even that, like I said, there was a point, like every like atrophy, right? There was a point where, like you said, I was fluent English, French, speaking, hearing, reading, writing, and now it's only because I don't speak it. I got to a point where you sound like to them you sound retarded. Like so, if I speak French, like I'm around a person who speaks French from like Africa,
yeah,
and when I speak French, he's just like just we'll speak English because
yeah.
it you sound retarded. Like you know what I'm saying? If I went to Montreal, it would be the same thing. It'd be an insult for me to speak French, even though they would prefer you to speak French, no matter how retarded
Yo,
it is
I
in
fucking
Montreal.
hate the. But you know what? I hate that about other languages. How come motherfuckers could come here and sound dumb as fuck, bro? But we say no, no, no. This is what we and we still continue to. But anytime somebody else tries to speak another language, they're looking at you like, yeah, no, no, no. Just let's just speak English. Like, man, fuck y'all, bro.
I think it's the more pretentious ones and what country you're
It
in.
definitely there is some pretentious ones. There is some more pretentious ones. I want to say yes for sure. It is the
Because
main,
if you're
and to
like
me, it's the main ones, right? It's the French,
so like Spanish,
Spanish,
French,
French. Yes,
really,
yes. To me, it's the main ones.
really.
The main ones. Well, you know that for sure for French. I mean, bro,
I think Spanish is more accepting, if anything.
it depends on. To me, it depends on what country. If you ask me, because it's different.
Okay,
There's
okay,
different. There's different countries, right? Like I
right.
had like bro, like I used to have a Spanish homie. And anytime I tried to be like, yo, what's this in Spanish? What's that? You know what I'm saying? Or da, 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 he'd be like, he turn serious, like he didn't want to tell me. Like he didn't want to like
Gatekeeping out here.
gatekeeping, gatekeeping, bro. When I have but then I have my other Spanish homies, you know what I mean? That I still have to this day, like that are glad to fucking tell you, yo, this means this means that. And then, you know what I'm saying? But like, even
So
then,
can you converse? Can you
no,
converse in?
fuck no. That's,
Okay, so
but that's my whole
when
thing
they
that I'm
speak
talking
to
about.
you in it, but when they so I ask you the same question then. So when they speak to you in Spanish, or are the words being received in English, or are they being received as that word, and then you're like breaking it down, or is it just
I
English?
have very minimal understanding of any language like that. Like there's only a few words that
Okay,
I translate right away as English. Very minimal though. I have not a shred of bilingual like that. I don't have nothing like that. The only thing that I can maybe hear naturally is some fucking Jamaican patois. And even that, if you get somebody who's super fucking
really,
and
yeah,
especially like if it's like the newer slangs and stuff, like I am not gonna understand shit. So
yeah, like chargy,
yeah,
chargy,
chaji. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like I know what it refers to, but like where the fuck did that
yeah,
come from? Like you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
like
But they're advanced. When you get down there, it's super
It's
advanced. So like
advanced, bro.
in
It's
regards of
advanced. But
everything.
I mean, shit, I would understand it better than some people for sure. Like if you come from a whole
Oh
other
yeah,
country, you know what I'm saying? If you're a nigga that's coming from fucking Portugal, you ain't never really heard no Caribbean like that, and you come here, you know, I'll understand way more than you. But that's as far as my language kind of thing goes, man. Like that's it. So
well,
I learned some
that's what's
and I
wrong.
learned some Croatian as well and shit like that. At one point, bro,
I remember, yeah, you was deep
I
into
was
it. I was
pretty
gonna
deep
say
in it
you
because I
was
wanted to go there, and I started learning the shit. And I started. What I did was I started watching the
the
movies.
Croatian thing. Every time we talk about Croatia, fam,
Croatia looks beautiful. I definitely want to go, man, soon. I definitely want. That's why, to me, my next trip. I want to be a Euro trip. I'm tired of going to. Not that I'm tired of going to, but like the
Dominican, like the
Dominican,
Caribbean.
Mexico, Cuba. You know what I mean? Like it's always the same shit.
But
Like
you've been to Europe once, or do they not consider Portugal
you
Europe?
know, super Europe for sure. Europe
Okay.
for sure. Europe. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I went to Portugal. Yeah, amazing place to be. Definitely. So my next shit, I want it to be in Europe. I don't give a fuck where. I just wanted to be in Europe for sure because there's so many beautiful. But yeah, Croatia would be probably the fucking top of the list. Yeah, I was learning the shit. I started watching the movies, and I started trying to do, because every day you deal with certain things, like for instance numbers, right? So I
Right.
made it a priority to use one part of the day to practice learning all the numbers. And anytime I was at work and I needed to count something or some shit like that, I'm counting it in Croatian. I'm counting it in this, and you just immerse yourself. So that's why I was saying, like before, like just like how a kid can learn fast and you think you can't learn as an adult, you can. But if you immerse yourself enough, I was falling asleep to the movies and shit, and I would only watch Croatian movies for a month,
That's tough.
and it
That's tough.
started becoming easy for me to process it. Like it would be like instant. Like I hear this word, and to this day, there's still some words that I hear, and I'm like
You
you know what
just
I'm
pick up.
saying? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like yo, I
Yeah,
actually
you pick up on.
I almost got a reflex to say something to somebody in the store yesterday, literally, because I heard them speaking like Croatian or Serbian. I'm not sure which one it was. The same shit. And then I
Okay.
was gonna like, and she was kind of in my way, so I was about to fucking say excuse me, but I don't know if the word excuse me, because if you're saying excuse me as if you want to get somebody's attention, you'll say like oprostite, like oprostite gospođa. That means like excuse me, ma'am. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
don't know if that it means like excuse me, you're in my way. If it's used the same, or if that's different. If there's a different word for saying excuse me, you're in my way, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then that's the old,
Right.
but as soon as I heard her saying that, my instinct went to that. So like, yeah, bro, if you stick to something for long enough, bro, yeah, I can latch pretty easy, just like it
What
can for a fucking
so the general is a rust a what
the what?
a what the one to so the one that you use to would have used to say excuse me,
Like,
like
excuse me,
excuse
miss,
me,
oprostite, yeah,
a prostite.
oprostite, yeah, oprostite, gospođa,
That's tough.
or oprostite, gospodine, which is like a older man or a man. Like that's formal.
Ah,
That's more formal. I don't know what you would say if it would be like more colloquial, but that's more formal and whatever, right? And it's referring to
that's
like
tough.
older lady or an older gentleman, right?
Hmm.
Something like around,
Okay.
yeah,
A prostite.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Ah, well, y'all. For us, it's a motherfucking long weekend, and we about to get to it. So this has been
About to
another
get to it.
motherfucking
Long weekend
episode of the
too.
Brothers
But
Grim.
but summer's done.
Yeah, long summer done off.
Summer done.
Done off. Oh gosh.
Yo, Yo, that's a quick.
Yeah.
That's another one. While we're on the language subject, bro. Like, quick question before we go. Like, what accent you prefer in the Caribbean, bro? Which one do you think is the littest? Like, what
Come on.
you're going? Come on,
Don't do that to me.
you're not going with. Nah, okay. Let me. So, where you going with? Where you going with?
Yo, Trini, fam.
Yes, yes. I'm going with Trini too. I'm going with Trini. Not
It's
Guyanese, you
more.
know.
It's
Trini.
no. It's more. It's more poetic, and it makes sense.
It's
It's
more
like
poetic. It's more clear. I think it's yes. I think that Trini's got. I think the Trini accent. I think the Trini accent has it in the Caribbean. I'm sorry, bro.
I don't like their soul patois in Yad as much as I love it. It can get super deep, and I'm not saying it can't get deep in Trinidad as well,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like if you hear I I equate it to like sound. So if I'm listening to a sound crew and there's a Trini MC and there's a Yadi MC and the Yadi MC starts to go off and he starts to like he's going off. Yo, you're not catching him. You're catching the vibe, but you're not catching every word he's saying. But with a Trini you, you're hearing everything. Like even when he goes up to the little, you know what I mean? Like you're hearing all of that. It's still clear. And for the gal, come on now, come on now. Like you don't want that in your ears, fam. Stop it.
No cap, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I do not. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't have that.
Top tier,
Can't have that.
top tier, top tier. Even if it's a little bit of hint or a little bit of spice, a little bit less. They lost their accent. That's when
What
it.
were you
That's
saying? You
when
were
it.
saying so you were for you're saying so you're talking about the Trini, the Galdem Trini accent. Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yes.
okay, 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 okay. But what
Even
about
when
the
they
Gal?
lose
What
their
about the
accent,
Jamaican Galdem?
come on. I mean, that's the obviously like honestly they're really right here with it. But just for the sake of the question, you know,
Okay, they're
they
right
I
there
had
with
to
it as
mention
far
that.
as like, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess
Yeah.
so. I guess so. I don't know though, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I can
But
deal
for
with it. I don't
but
know.
yeah, Trinidad, like I could like yeah, definitely yes.
For me,
Trini.
Trini is yes, 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 yes.
That's
No
funny.
fucking doubt. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, all right. I just wanted to get that one last one off just because we were talking about languages and shit like that. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
yes, sir. All right,
Niggas trying
man.
to get me jammed up.
What's that?
No, I said niggas trying to get me jammed up, bro.
I probably did that. I probably didn't jam my damn self up too. Don't get me wrong, bro.
Nah, they ain't.
But hey, this is
Shot
what we
these.
do. This is what we do.
This is grim. This is the grim episode, y'all niggas, man. Come on, man. Tap in,
No doubt. Tap the
you
fuck
know.
in, bro.
But yeah, dog. Okay, fucking. It's another episode of the Brothers Grim here with your boy
And you're
AK.
here with your boy Dub.
God bless up.
Bless. Peace. Yo, stay on them for a minute, all right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I give me the
Yeah,
light.
bro. Is this shit? Yeah, my computer is so fucking slow, bro. Did this
Uh,
shit stop or
it's
what,
yeah.
bro? I guess it did, right?
No, it's still no, it's still recording on my end.
Yeah, I think it's still recording on my end too. Yeah, bro. This clock is still going. It's crazy, bro. I don't know if it will
Right?
actually. I don't know if it's actually recording though. That's the thing.
Okay, well, then I'll just leave. But there's a room that it usually tells you to stay in. It's like usually the first room that you leave. So I'm just gonna stay in that room until it tells me it's done uploading and shit.
All right, say less, my guy. Hey yo, so next week, man. I guess I'm sorry, that was my bad. I was supposed to give a little update, but I'll do that just now, actually, to the group chat. One last little attempt to
Yeah.
whatever, but it doesn't really look like anybody's really pulling up, and nobody really said nothing still to this point, right?
Oh
So,
shit.
I'm definitely gonna
Okay.
actively. Yo, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Yo, yo. Yeah, see, now it's talking about trying to reconnect, whatever. I'm about to